Welcome back to the channel where we explore, learn, and theorize about the Marvel Universe. Today we're going to be talking about Sam Raimi's cancelled Spider-Man 4. If you're new to the channel, or even if you've been watching for a while, make sure you subscribe because more than 96% of you guys aren't subscribed. And if you think you're subbed, double check because apparently there's a glitch where people are getting unsubscribed from certain channels. And remember that a subscription is free for you, but it really helps the channel a lot. And you can always unsub later if you want. Now let's get started. Spider-Man Far From Home introduced Mysterio into the MCU, but if everything had gone to plan with Sam Raimi's fourth Spider-Man movie, the character might not have had to wait so long for his cinematic debut. Despite being the least popular movie of the threequel, I actually enjoyed Spider-Man 3 a lot, and still do to this day. And it made quite a bit of money at the box office, $890 million to be exact, beating out about half of the MCU movies. But Spider-Man 3 wasn't actually supposed to be the last movie, and there were plans for Spider-Man 4, 5, and 6. And with all the Spider-Verse news and rumors for the upcoming MCU Spider-Man 3 film, it's time to look at what could have or could still be, as there are rumors that after Spider-Man 3, Sony is considering bringing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back for Spider-Man 4 and The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Now, I already did a video covering The Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4 a couple months ago, but it now seems more likely that these movies could actually happen. Spider-Man 3 released in theaters on May 4th, 2007, and by October of 2008, Sam Raimi was talking publicly about Spider-Man 4. He and Maguire had both signed up, with Maguire believed to be taking $50 million, as well as having mornings and evenings off to spend time with his family. And the press were even suggesting that a fifth film in the franchise was being planned concurrently, with talk of a back-to-back shoot for Spider-Man 4 and 5. Raimi told MTV in October 2008 that it was Sony chief Amy Pascal's decision. I don't think it's been decided yet, and she's the one that's really gonna make that decision, but I'm really curious myself. And this is actually something that Amy Pascal likes to do, film movies back-to-back, as apparently The Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4 were gonna be filmed this way as well, before Andrew Garfield was fired. Raimi goes on to admit that it would be a real endurance test, and that probably only Peter Jackson knows how hard something like that would be. Now, Peter Jackson directed the Lord of the Rings Trilogy back-to-back during a 266-day production of the Hobbit trilogy. He also added that if Tobey and me and all the producers liked the story for 2 pictures and Amy wanted to do it, then we would do it. But in March 2009, Raimi spoke to MTV again and shot down the back-to-back shoot idea. He said that right now we're just working on the story for Spider-Man 4. James Vanderbilt was brought on to write the script, and Raimi was planning to shoot the film in March 2010 with a May 6, 2011 release date. And Sony was apparently so confident in the future of Raimi's Spider-Man franchise at this point that Vanderbilt was tasked with plotting out storylines for Spider-Man 5 and Spider-Man 6 according to a report from Variety. The rumored villains for Spider-Man 4 were Dylan Baker's Dr. Curt Connors, who would become the Lizard, and Raimi said that he'd love to see Electro, Vulture, and maybe even the Sinister Six as a team. Later on, it was revealed through concept art and storyboards that Mysterio was also set to appear in a sort of cameo role. But as you can see, all these characters went on to appear in the following movies, and literally in the exact same order. The Amazing Spider-Man's villain was the Lizard, TASM 2 was Electro, Homecoming was Vulture, and Far From Home Mysterio. So what happened to the movie? Well, due to NDAs, the exact story of why Spider-Man 4 was scrapped was and probably never will be made public, and all we have are the few PR department approved details that were announced. On January 11, 2010, Deadline reported that Sony Pictures decided to reboot the Spider-Man franchise after director Sam Raimi pulled out of Spider-Man 4 because he felt he couldn't make the summer release date and keep the film's creative integrity. This means that Raimi and the cast, including star Tobey Maguire, are out. Raimi stayed quiet for a while, but Maguire released a statement the same day, saying, "I'm so proud of what we accomplished with the Spider-Man franchise over the last decade. Beyond the films themselves, I've formed some deep and lasting friendships. I'm excited to see the next chapter unfold in this incredible story." Then in March 2013, Vulture asked Raimi to comment on his departure from the Spidey franchise, where he said that it was really the most amicable and undramatic of breakups. It was simply that we had a deadline and I couldn't get the story to work on a level that I wanted it to work. I was very unhappy with Spider-Man 3, and I wanted to make Spider-Man 4 to end on a very high note, the best Spider-Man of them all. But I couldn't get the script together in time due to my own failings. And I said to Sony, "I don't want to make a movie that's less than great, so I think we shouldn't make this picture. Go ahead with your reboot, which you've been planning anyway." And former Sony chairman Amy Pascal said, "Thank you. Thank you for not wasting the studio's money, and I appreciate your candor." So we left on the best terms, both of us trying to do the best thing for fans, the good name of Spider-Man and Sony Studios. But let me know what you guys think about all this. Would you have liked to see Spider-Man 4? And now that Spider-Man 3 is rumored to bring back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, would you like to see Spider-Man 4 and The Amazing Spider-Man 3? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.